So today we are going to show you how to deploy services through Zopdev. I'm going to show you how to connect to Zopdev, how to connect your cloud account, how you create the cluster, how you deploy the application in that. So let's get started. So I'm going to log in into Zop.dev, and from here we are going to start login. There are three ways through which you can log in into Zop.dev. You can sign in through Google or GitHub and any of your work emails. I'm signing through Google, so it just takes few seconds. So this is the UI when you log in into Zopdev. So this is the page that you will see. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to connect your cloud account, be it GCP, be it AWS, Azure, or OCI. I have already created an account with GCP, and I'm going to connect my GCP account. The first one is GCP, you can see, and through here you can connect your Google account. So I'm logging into my GCP account through Zopdev. Now I'm going to click on continue. So this is the screen that you will see, and you can name anything. For example, I can just say Zopdev test, and I can select any of the project. So in GCP, all the projects that you have in GCP are going to appear here, and you can select any of the project that where you want to deploy your application. So I've connected my cloud account, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get into my cloud account. I'm going to create a Kubernetes cluster here. Usually a Kubernetes cluster takes a lot of time to create, but through Zopdev we have automated the process. You don't have to do a lot of things. You just have to click on add cluster. You can name it. For example, I can just say Zopdev test, and I can select any of the regions. Okay, Asia South, Mumbai, and click on create. So you can see Zopdev is creating the cluster. While Zopdev is creating the Kubernetes cluster, it is doing much more than that. We are automatically provisioning your entire network infrastructure. This includes setting up the virtual private cloud, configuring the necessary subnets, and establishing robust security groups to protect your deployment. And it takes about 20 minutes to create the cluster. And once the cluster creation is done, we can create the applications. In the application, we can create different environments, and in the environments, we can deploy the services. Now that the cluster has been created, we are going to create the applications. So you click on Application tab, Add Application. There are two ways of creating the application. One is that you can start from an empty project. The second way is that we have already added few app templates which you can select and start working on the application. So I'm going to start from an empty project. I'm going to click on Start an Empty Project, and I'm going to name the application. You can say test, and then I have to create the cluster. So suppose you have created two clusters in the cloud account. You can select which cluster you want to add these applications in. So I'm going to select the cluster that we have just created, and we are going to click on the create, or what you can do is you can add different environments as well. So as you can see on the screen, you can add new environments. So if you click on add new, you will see the environment name cluster. So I'm going to create a new environment, let's say dev, and I'm going to select the cluster. You can also choose to mark this environment as production if needed. So I'm going to click on create. As you can see on the screen, the application is being created. So it's going to take around 1 to 2 minutes to create this application. So in the meantime, what we can do is we can add the service. So you can see on the left panel, you will see services, cron jobs, data store. So I'm going to click on services, and I'm going to add service. You can name it website, and I'm going to select the host. So you have two options. So you can use the custom host, or you can use the default one. So I'm going to click on the default, and I'm going to click on create. So you can see the status is creating. So it's creating the service, and also we are also creating the application in the background. In the meantime, what we can do is we can click on deployment guidelines. So you can connect your GitHub, GitLab, or local machine to Zopdev. And in the future, if you're deploying something through GitHub or GitLab, you can directly do that. You have to set up the CI/CD pipeline just once, and it will be done. So first you have to connect your Git. So I'm going to click on GitHub integration. I'm going to select the organization. So it's this, and I'm going to select the repo. So suppose you have 10 repos. If you have multiple repos in your GitHub, you can select one of the repos through which you're going to deploy the code. So I'm going to select portfolio template and link it. So we have given sample, you can see sample workflows for Go and Java. So I'm going to click on Java and I'm going to just copy paste this GitHub workflow and go into VS Studio. So what I've done is I have copy pasted it in the product YAML. You can see that. And now what I'm going to do is, because my code is in the main branch, not in the development, so I'm going to change it to main. And we have to save it. So now we are going to add few commands and push the code from Git to Zopdev. Push your code and check out GitHub Actions. It will show you deployment running. So you will see on your GitHub that the Dockerized file is deploying. You can see the movement here. As you can see in the Docker file, our port which is exposed is 80. Simply click on services to explore detailed information about your running services. Now we have to change the port from 8000 to 80 because that is the port which is exposed. Now we are going to click save. So the status is updating. So we have to wait for a few seconds. The other things that you can do here is you can add cron jobs and you can add data stores, and you can install your Helm packages, and you can set up different environments. Right now we have just created dev. You can create other environments as well. Now, and this section is related to observability. You can check logs, traces, matrices, and alerts. We are going to talk about all these things in detail in our next video. And our service is ready. If you're going to click on this link, you will see this is deployed on the cloud.